Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for Psych 45 Research Methods for Saturday, April 8th. Hope you had a good spring break there, but let's go ahead and get over some issues that we need to cover for this video here. First up, just a reminder that Unit 4 is open. It covers 3 chapters again, chapters 11, 12, and 13. I'm just going to remind everyone to please make sure you do watch the lecture videos for chapter 11, especially in this unit. Those are on factorial designs, and factorial designs, you just have to trust me, those are things that it really helps to have someone kind of walk you through, especially with some real world concrete examples. Otherwise it ends up being kind of like the jet plane sound over your head. You just got to trust me on that, and once you start reading about them you'll probably see why. So do make the effort to watch those videos. You'll really be glad you did, and you'll be a real pro at understanding what factorial designs are all about, especially the results that we get from them, these things that are called main effects and interactions. And you'll see what all that is there in your book and in the videos, and again you'll be glad you checked that out. Just a reminder too that your discussion and quiz on chapter 11, that's coming up this next Friday on the 14th there, and don't forget that differential regarding time there. The discussion is due at 9 p.m. The quiz is due at 11:59 p.m. Pardon me. And remember, for this discussion, you are going to have to design a very simple, like bare bones factorial design, but it will take you a little bit of time to do that. So please make sure you prepare ahead of time for that. Make sure you look at the example carefully, and you shouldn't have any trouble designing your own factorial studies. So next up, just a reminder that your final literature review paper, component 3, is due Wednesday, April 26th, so it's still a little bit of ways out there. That's the initial deadline. Remember, you have 72 hours to submit it late, so that'll make it on Saturday the 29th, but do get it in on time. I hate to see points lost just for being late. Remember, you'll find the dedicated APA Literature Review module underneath Unit 5 of our course material on our Canvas course page. So scroll all the way to the bottom of our course page, and there you'll see it. Open up the instructions for Component 3, which is the final literature review paper. At the very top of those instructions, you'll see a little short how-to video. Make sure you watch that. It's about 10 minutes. I kind of show and tell you what you need to do, so definitely it'll really make things easier for you, so do watch that. Below that video, you'll see an embedded file as both a Word and a PDF format. I put both just in case one is easier for folks to open up there on their device. That's called Instructions and Checklist. Do carefully read those instructions in that file, and you'll find embedded links to that online writing lab, the OWL or the OWL, that has also a sample title page, abstract page, and a completed sample APA style literature review paper. Really helpful to see all those things, so definitely check that out, and do examine that checklist there carefully, because that checklist is kind of a presentation of do's and don'ts, things you do want to have in your paper and things you don't want to have in that paper. So definitely it's worth your while to check that out. Also, don't forget, in your pocket guide to APA style, there is also a completed sample APA style literature review paper. It's in chapter 9 of the pocket guide, and just a reminder, you access the pocket guide on the MindTap platform. So go into MindTap, scroll down below chapter 15. You'll see a link there for the pocket guide. When you click that open, it'll expand all the chapters for you, and then you can see chapter 9. There's 2 papers in chapter 9, but the one that you want to look at is the first paper, which is on birth order. That's the sample literature review. The other sample paper is an actual research report, and you don't want to look at that because you're not actually conducting research. You're doing a literature review, which is separate. So make sure that you check that out there. So again, it's great to have a sample so you know what to look for. And when you read that instruction file and just look at the general overall instructions in the module itself on Canvas there, you'll see that your paper needs to be a minimum of 8 pages of literature review content. That's 8 full pages, not 7 1/4, not 7 1/2, but 8 full pages. And so make sure you have that in there. That's the actual review of the literature itself, but there are 3 additional pages, a title page, an abstract page, and a page of references. So 11 pages total altogether, but the 8 pages are the kind of the meat and potatoes of the paper itself, the actual literature review. That's where you're going to cite all 10 of your references at least once there, so make sure that you do that. That's what you're going to be writing about, and you are going to be reviewing that literature and how it supports your topic and thesis statement. This is not a presentation of your life and your personal lived experiences that support the topic. It's okay to throw in a little bit of that, but you primarily and mostly want to write about the literature. Think about what you would find in a little mini chapter in a textbook that would happen to be on your topic. That's how you should approach it. That's the tone. It should be serious like you find in a textbook there, but a little bit of personal experience is fine. Just don't make a lot of that in your paper, because it's supposed to be about the literature, again, not your life story. And make sure when you cite your 10 references that you don't cite sources you don't have listed in your references. And if you find as you're writing you want to add more references, because as the writing process evolves, you find other sources that will be helpful, you're welcome to add more sources. You're welcome to replace the ones you already have. Just make sure that you have at least 10 that are again, peer-reviewed research articles, and you'll be fine. So you're not married to your original list of 10 is what I'm trying to tell you there. Don't forget to incorporate any feedback from your outline submission there. So some of you had some issues with your citations and how you were citing those and quoting, etc. So make sure that you incorporate all that feedback there. That's all very important. Don't forget there is a writing and reading center over in our library there to help you out with writing the paper in case you need that. Also as well, be careful about plagiarism. Near the bottom of the instructions in the module on our course page, I have an embedded table, which is from chapter 4 of our textbook there, which dealt, at the end of that chapter, it dealt with plagiarism and academic honesty, etc. So make sure you take a look at that sample table, because it has a sample of what an original passage from a research report looks like, and then they give you several examples of how that can be plagiarized, and they give you a sample of how to not plagiarize, that is, to how to properly paraphrase that original source, because you need to paraphrase, you need to put things in your own words. Just changing a few words, rearranging some of the sentence structure, that's not paraphrasing, so make sure that you understand that. So take a look at that sample. That'll really help you out, because all papers are going to be uploaded to that Turnitin platform, and there you will actually see in your feedback there if you have content that appears to be plagiarized. So make sure that you are paraphrasing properly, because I do look for that plagiarization, because obviously I need to do that and make sure that you're writing your own original work there. All right, whew, that's everything I wanted to say about your paper. You have plenty of time still, but don't wait to the last minute. Make sure you're working on it. Use your outline to help you fill in all the gaps there. And otherwise, just work ahead in this current unit 4 there, chapters 11, 12, and 13. You can always knock out your discussions, your quizzes, your mind taps, etc. That's everything I wanted to say for right now. Again, I hope you had a good time on your spring break there. I'll be in our live session on Monday. If you need anything in the meantime, please reach out via email on Canvas, and I'll get back to you. All right, take care until next time. All right, bye-bye.